Hey guys, how are we going? I've got this amazing guest today who's he's seriously like my main mentor and actually the reason I've stuck around in this industry, in the home business industry, is a great mentor of mine, great friend, and I'm honestly completely humbled that he decided to come on and have a chat with me and have a chat with you guys to find out like some of the little secret sauce bits of information that he's got that hopefully he's able to share for you and for me and for everyone to help everyone along the way. He's recently started an amazing company, the Home Business Academy. He's really passionate about home business, and that's all he does. And he's got an amazing story. He's got an amazing family, and yeah, he's just like one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet in your life. So straight up, yeah, welcome, Paul Hutchings. Thanks a lot, man.
Dude, I'm so glad you were talking about me as you were doing the intro. I was like, who's he talking about? Do we have another guest coming on board?
You never know. You never know.
You never know. I'm excited to be here, Alex, and hello to all you viewers out there in internet land. Really excited to connect with you guys. So honored to be here, Alex. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome, man. Well, did you want to let people know a little bit about yourself? Like, I don't want to steal your thunder, and you've always got the best way to tell your story and everything like that before we sort of get on with a few questions.
Yeah, sure. So the way I like to introduce myself is I'm a friend, I'm a family man, and I'm a freedom crusader. and my story is, just briefly, I'm married. I've got 4 kids, 4 little boys. They range in ages from 6 to 10. Let's see, 10, 8, 6, and 4, actually. So I got a little guy. And live in a little town called Blackfoot, Idaho. It's about 10,000 people here in southeast Idaho. I used to work a job in a cubicle that I didn't like. If you've ever had a job that you didn't like, you probably can identify with someone who talks about not having a job that having a job that they didn't like. And I remember there was a couple of funny stories I'll share real quick just about my time in my job. I remember one time I wanted to go on vacation, actually go on my first year wedding anniversary with my wife. We wanted to go out of town for a couple of days. And I went to my boss and I said, hey boss, it's my first year wedding anniversary. Can I go can I go with my wife this weekend? And he said, well, I don't know about that. He says, let me check. And so he checked with the superiors, and finally it all came back. He's like, no, you can't go. You got to go do this meeting for the company. And so I went and did the meeting for the company. I told my wife, hey, honey, I'm sorry. I can't go on our wedding anniversary. And I remember calling her from the steakhouse down in Phoenix, Arizona, where I was doing my meeting. And, that's how I celebrated my first year wedding anniversary. It was over the phone. I had a big steak in front of me. And I called my wife and said, happy anniversary. And it was really sad. And the other part of the story is I come back to my job, and it was about 6 months later, and I was in my my review process, and the boss says, Paul, you're doing good here, you're doing good here, you're doing good here, but there's one area that we're really concerned about. And I said, what's that, boss? And he said, we're concerned about your loyalty to the company. And I said, what do you mean my loyalty to the company? And he says, well, remember you came to us a while back and we wanted you to go do that meeting and you kind of hesitated. And I was like, yeah, that time it was my anniversary and I wanted to, see if I could, be with my wife. And he's like, yeah. He's like, we're not sure about your loyalty to the company. And I was just like, what? And I said in my heart at that point in time, I was like, no way am I going to spend my entire life, putting up with this sort of thing. So I had all kinds of little funny stories like that happen at the job that just kind of, told me that I did not want to have a job for the rest of my life. And that's when I became a freedom crusader and I joined the network marketing profession. This was back in about 2005. I was living in a single wide trailer house. And I saw freedom, right? I saw freedom in home business. I saw this ability to, not have a job, not have a boss, be able to make an impact in people's lives, be able to work when I wanted, be able to be a stay-at-home dad. And I just fell in love with that idea. And so I left my corporate job and I was like, I'm going to kill it like this. I'm going to do so good. It was actually the job that I was working at, Alex, was a Fortune 500 network marketing company. I don't know if you knew this part about my story, but what was interesting, so I was actually on the inside of a network marketing company, and part of my job entailed sort of like doing some phone coaching with the distributors and stuff. I was working with people who were earning, anywhere from $3,000 a month all the way up to about $9,000 a month. And I was doing like accountability stuff with them. So when I quit my job, I was like, I got this. Like, I understand this business. I am going to kill it, because I've been coaching these people for like the last 2 years. It's going to be game over. And so I quit my job and I started my own network marketing business, and I literally just fell flat on my face. First 12 months, no money. Next 4 years, couple bucks here, couple bucks there. Literally failed for 5 years straight, went through 14 different companies. And then finally, back in about 2009, I came across the internet. I discovered some ideas and some strategies for marketing my business, and everything changed. So after 5 years and 14 companies, I finally started having success, hit my first $3,000 a month. Then it went to 7 was my next big check, and then 10, and now I've had months upwards of $25,000 in a month. That's, I think, been my biggest month. Obviously, that's not a guarantee of income. See the earnings disclaimer with whatever company you're working with. But long story short, my family and my wife and my kids, we've been able to save money, get out of debt. We bought our dream home in the country on 7 acres, and now I get to do what Alex does every day, which is, just live my dream and help people and, be passionate about what I do and do the best that I can to be an ambassador for the freedom message, which I think is really what we all do in home-based business. So hope that wasn't too long of an introduction, but those are some little bits of who I am and my story.
No, man, that's awesome. And I had no idea that you were working for like helping like sales staff and in network marketing, like before you even started. That's awesome. So you've been in business even longer than I thought. That's cool, man. And like when you were saying that like that company says like they're questioning your loyalty, like seriously?
Yeah.
This is your
Right.
first freaking anniversary, and you went to like you stayed loyal to them. Like you can't get much more loyal than actually ditching your wife for your wedding anniversary. It's just amazing how some companies like, just think about things. It's crazy. So yeah, man. So like you're passionate about home business, right?
I am. Yeah, I love it.
See that.
Well, truthfully, I have, before Alex and I started the interview, we were kind of chuckling back and forth because the truth is I have a love-hate relationship with it. Like there are parts of it, there are parts that I am just so in love with and are just like, they're just like woven into the fabric of who I am. And then there are parts that I don't like about the home business profession, as I'm sure anyone who's been in home business would probably say if they were being honest, But for the most part, dude, I love it. Don't want to put a negative spin on the interview, but yeah, that's there are some things I don't like. That's the truth.
Well, let's just put those negative stuff to the side for a bit. So
you guys can find those out for yourselves as you continue on your freedom journey.
well, you got to be passionate about it. Like you started the Home Business Academy, right? And
yep.
I suppose the reason you started that was to sort of get away from all of that negative side of the home business. So what is it that makes you so passionate about the industry? Like that you actually go out and like create your own academy and do your own things. So what is it that actually makes you fully passionate about this industry?
Wow. There's probably a lot of answers to that, but a few of the big ones, like one, I love the concept of pipeline money, residual income. If you've ever read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I think it's in that book. It might be in Cash Flow Quadrant. In one of those books, he tells that story of the village in the mountains that runs out of water. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think that's in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like, two different people are like, well, I got this solution. And the one guy's like, well, I'm going to go pack buckets with my kids. And it's like backbreaking work and they're sweating and the water's spilling all over and they're packing buckets to help the village that ran out of water. And then the other lady, she disappears for a couple of years. She finds engineers and she comes back and she builds this pipeline. And once the pipeline is built, the bucket packers are out of business. And the village now has 24/7 crystal clean drinking water, and it's all hands off. So like, I remember reading that story and I was like, wait a minute, you can make money like this? Like you can have a pipeline of money dumping into your bank account that just keeps dumping, you know? And it's like, I gotta have it, you know, I gotta have it. Because to me, that represented freedom, you know, freedom. And that's another big thing that I love about the home business profession is this concept of financial freedom. So those two things from a monetary standpoint, but then from another standpoint, Alex, another thing that I love about the home business profession is that it seems like in order to increase your income, you have to, in many ways, become a different person, become a better person, improve your communication skills, improve your ability to serve, improve your ability to lift and inspire people, improve your ability to get a message of hope and encouragement out there into people's lives. And so for me, I'm going to hold my mic up here a little bit, see if we can get a little bit better sound. For me, let's see.
You just like holding that mic.
I love holding the mic. I can't just like have it. I just got to hold it. I tell people I should like wrap it around a necklace and hang it around my neck, but the audio is actually better when I hold it up. So, so for me, the home business profession not only is a great financial avenue, but it's an avenue where we can not only help people make money, but really help people grow and transform in the process. And I think all of us, like at the end of the day, if we really are honest with ourselves, we want to do something in life where we feel like we're making a difference. You know, we want to do something in life where we feel like we're having an impact and helping people. So I love the idea that I can make money by helping people grow and become better. And then the last thing, so that's the first two. And then the last thing is this idea that wherever a person is at in life, no matter how much money they've made, no matter how much money they haven't made, no matter their job experience, no matter if they've made a lot of money or they're just totally broke, maybe living in a trailer like I was, you know, like you look at like what opportunities are available to people. And for the person who maybe doesn't have a lot, you know, like when I was living in a trailer, I didn't have a lot. You know, our trailer was like $13,500. I was newly married, just getting started in life. Like what options were available to me to go forth and build a great life? You know, a franchise, you know, McDonald's franchise, I think is like $1 million. That doesn't include the real estate. Traditional business, you got huge costs. You got, you know, in a lot of cases, you got to go in debt. You don't know if they're going to work out, you know, so you're putting a lot on the line. Real estate, like I bought my first rental property. I went in debt $76,000 to cash flow $100 a month. That's ridiculous. Like I had to go in debt $76,000, you know, but I wanted freedom. So I was like looking at all these options, but then you look at the home-based business profession. And in many cases, you can get started in a home-based business for like $100, couple $100, depending upon, you know, a lot of companies have higher packages and stuff, but literally for someone who is hungry and has a dream and is willing to work and willing to learn and be willing to coach, be willing to be coached by great people like Alex and others, like we can take this opportunity to people like that and be like, look, here's a door to a better future. Here's a door that if you walk through, you know, you can literally go wherever you want to go, have whatever you want to have, create whatever you want to create. And it's like this low barrier to entry where anyone who meets those qualifications can go and create a great life, you know? And it's like, I don't see anything else out there in the world that's like that, you know? Like I just don't. And I love being able to deliver to people that door, you know? Whether they walk through it or not, that's up to them, right? But we get to be the ones that give them that door. And I just think that's a great thing.
Man, that's awesome. Seriously, there's so much you just packed into that. I'd like this interview here. If you guys are watching this, like you need to rewind this and like watch this again, because that just part alone, that's gold. I'm taken back. It's like, yeah, it is. I love the industry. It's like, I think I love it even more now after all of that.
That's good.
Hey, I hope you're really, really enjoying this interview with Paul Hutchings, amazing good friend of mine, as you can see. So leave a comment in what you like about this interview so far, just down in the comment section. Now, to watch part 2 of this interview series, there's a link just below this video. So click that link, and watch the rest of this interview where I asked Paul the next section is what was his biggest obstacle that he had when he was starting his journey into being a home business entrepreneur. So I'll see you there on part 2 when you click that link below this video to watch part 2. Cheers.